Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Hi, my name is Ronnie, and today we're going to make this diaper cover. You can unbutton it here. And it unwraps, unfolds. Place the diaper back on and use the holes between the double crochets to button it back up. And it has a little bunny tail on it. Okay, so this is for girls and boys that are 12 months old. I've already done the hat. This is part 2 of my set. And this is what you need to have in order to make this. You'll need your main color yarn. Today I'm using this blue ombre. You will also need some fuzzy yarn. You will need a big pom-pom, or you can make your own. A button. A glue gun. You will need 2 different sizes of needles. I don't think you can see this, but this is a little needle. It's little enough to go through the button. And a darning needle. You will need something to sew the button on, and I'm just going to use my yarn. A pair of scissors, and I'm using a 5mm hook. If you have big stitches, I suggest you use a 4mm hook. So anyway, get your hook and your main color yarn ready, and we'll begin. First, we're going to place a slip knot on our hook. And we're going to chain 67. I'm not going to make you watch me chain 67. So I'll be back when I have 67. Okay, now we are going to make 1 double crochet in the second stitch from the hook. And we're going to continue to make 1 double crochet in each chain for a total of 65 double crochets. So once I get this first row done, I will return. Alright, now we need a chain 2. Your chain 2 does not count as a stitch from rows 2 to 5. We're just going to place 1 double crochet in each stitch across. And that's all we're going to do. From rows 2 until 5. So I'm going to place 1 double crochet in each stitch across. At the end, chain 2. It don't count as a stitch. Turn your work and place 1 double crochet in each stitch across on rows 2 to 5. When I get done with my 5th row, I will be back. Alright, I've made it to the end, and what you need to do now is you need to chain 1 and fasten off. Turn your work over. First we're going to make a slip knot, put it on our hook. We're going to count 18 stitches from the end here inward. And on the 18th chain, on the 18th stitch, you're going to add your yarn. You can chain 2 here if you like, or you can make whatever you use in place of a chain 2. I'm making a single crochet on top of a single crochet, and that will be my double crochet, my starting double crochet. So now we need to place 1 double crochet in each stitch across for 30 stitches. Or, to make it easier on you, you can go on over to the other end and count in 18 stitches. And on the 18th stitch, you can put a stitch marker. And then that way you don't have to count. So for this row, just place 1 double crochet in each stitch across for 30 stitches. Once I have my 30 stitches completed, then I'll be back. Okay, chain 2 and turn. In the next 2 stitches, we're going to do a double crochet 2 together. And then we're going to place 1 double crochet across until you get to the last 3 stitches. So I'll meet you back up at the last 3 stitches. Alright, I'm at the last 3 stitches. We're going to place a 2 together double crochet. And then in that last stitch, we're going to place a double crochet. Chain 2 and turn. So rows 8 through 13, you're going to just repeat row 7. where you place a double crochet in the first stitch, and then you do a double crochet, 2 together in the next 2 stitches. Then you place 1 double crochet across until you get down to the last 3 stitches. Then you place a double crochet, 2 together, and in the very last stitch 1 double crochet. Once I get my 13th row done, I'll be back and we'll go on from there. And I'm so sorry if I just noticed my hands weren't even in the picture. So sorry about that. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I've got my 13 rows done. So now we need to turn our work. Sorry, I had a knot in my yarn. And make your first double crochet into this first stitch for rows 13 or 14 and 15. We're just going to place 1 double crochet in each stitch across. At the end, chain 2 and turn, and place 1 double crochet in each stitch across. Again, this is for rows 14 and 15. Once I get my 15th row done, I'll be back and we'll go from there. Alright, chain 2 and turn. And this is row 16. For row 16, we're going to place 2 double crochets in the first stitch, and then we're going to place 1 double crochet in each stitch across until we get to the end, and then you'll place 2 double crochets in the last stitch. I'm just going to do this row with you. So in the very first stitch you did 2 double crochets, and now we're doing 1 double crochet in each stitch across until we get on the last stitch. On the last stitch, you're going to place 2 double crochets. Okay, chain 2 and turn. From rows 21 through 28, we're just going to place 1 double crochet, in each stitch around, and each stitch down the row. When you get down to the end of the row, chain 2 and turn. When you get done with your 28th round, fasten off. Once I get done with my 28th row, then I will fasten off and meet back up with you, and we'll go from there. So we're just placing 1 double crochet in each stitch across from row 21 through 28, and I'll be back. Alright, I've gotten done with that. So now you need to get your fluffy yarn out, and we'll begin with a slip knot. I'm just going to start down here in the same corner that I left off. We're just going to make a single crochet, and then in each stitch across we're going to make a single crochet. Once you get in the corners, you're going to place 3 single crochets. You're going to put 1 single crochet in each stitch around. In the corners we'll go 3 single crochets, and then on these double crochet bars you can place 2 single crochets if you like, but I think I'm only going to do 1, because then in between the double crochets, like right here, I'm going to place a single crochet. So keep working. This is our last crochet round. Placing 1 single crochet in each stitch around. After we get done with that, then we'll sew on the button and hot glue the pom-pom on. So once I'm done, I'll be back. I may as well finish this row out with you. Ain't got much left. Okay, I'm in the corner, so I'm going to place 3 single crochets in that corner. I'm going to work down the side, placing a single crochet in any spot that I see. Okay, I'm going to go completely around. I'll meet back up with you at the end. Okay, so I'm all done with that. So now you need to figure out what side do you want your bunny tail to go on and what side do you want your button to go on. And once you have it decided, you need to put your yarn on your hook or on your needle. Across this bottom row here, there are 29 stitches. So we need to count over 14. And then we need to go down 3 rows, and that's where your button's going to go. You come in from the back, you find your hole and you bring your yarn through. Leave enough in the back leave a tail in the back so that you can tie it together later. And then I go straight across, catty cornered, and I go into that hole. And then I go crisscross. That's all I do, is I crisscross them together. Making sure they're going through the stitches in the back. And since I'm using yarn, which makes it thicker and will hold it together better, I try and do it 2 times, crisscross 2 times, well, 4 times by the time you're done. I know it's really hard for you to see. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying. Okay, that's good. So once it's on there as good as you think it needs to be, then tie your 2 yarns together in the back. I make 3 knots. And then you can apply hot glue on there to hold it together. But I'm just going to weave in my ends. So I'm going to weave in my ends offline or off camera. When I come back, we'll put on, when we come back, we'll put on the tail. Okay, once you get your button on, I go over maybe 3 double crochets, and then I slip it through in between the double crochets. And I'm doing the middle row, which is the 3rd row. And that's how it should look. Now let's flip it over. Find the perfect spot for your pom-pom. I just find the middle. That looks good. And then I make a big circle on the back of it in a hot glue. And then I just set it down in there. I do put my hands in between the 2 layers to make sure it doesn't leak through and hot glue the whole thing together. And I just hold it for a little bit. Sometimes I blow on it. Sometimes the glue will come through onto the other side. This one did. I just pat it down. Okay, so that's what you should have. Let's zoom out. So this is the boys' diaper cover. And this one is the girls' diaper cover. If you like this video, please consider subscribing and give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for crocheting with me today. I hope you really liked this one. Took a little bit to figure out what the stitches are. Sorry, it's been a really long day and I'm kind of wiped out. Thank you so much for liking and sharing my videos. Thank you so much for commenting. If you have any questions about this, do comment in the comments below and ask it, and I will get back to you. I do read each and every comment that I get on every video that I post. And if there's something that somebody needs, then I answer them. If you like this video and you think others will like it too, please share it. I will leave, I have the hat done, and it's in its own folder. It's called My Baby Bunny Set, I do believe. And I'll put that at the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, please be safe out there. Bye.